Hey YouTube, it's finally time for another little tutorial tonight, and first of all, for this tutorial we need something special. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm back again. For this tutorial we need a slight British accent, and I'm going to explain why we need this accent in a second. First of all, what we need is 2 decks of cards for this trick, and we need to arrange the cards in a special order. And I'm going to show you the order first because in both decks we need the same arrangement of the cards. And here's how it works. What we want to do, we don't need really to sort every single card. We want every 2 cards to add up to 13, which means a Jack is 11, Queen is 12, King is 13. So these 2 cards add up to 13, and these 2 as well, and the next 2 as well. You get what I mean. And we want 2 colors to belong to each other, which in this case is going to be spades belongs to hearts and diamonds belongs to clubs. And every 2 cards add up to 13. It doesn't really matter if I have the 3 and the 10 on top of here or down there. So what this does is, when you take the cards and count out from the back, and that's what I'm doing in the trick, I really count every 2 cards, so I'm sure that I always get a pair of cards. I'm doing that very slow, but the audience will not realize that I really put always pairs together. So when I take this card right here, which is the 6 of clubs in this case, I know that the top card is going to be the 7 of hearts. And I use it in my trick in the following way. I always count 2 cards from the top, which is in this case, let's say this card right here, and I really don't need to see the card because when I square these cards up, I can look at the top card, which is in this case the 7 of hearts again, so I know this is going to be the 6 of clubs, which is indeed the 6 of clubs. Okay, this is the arrangement of the whole deck, and what we also need for the trick is a little bit of sellotape. And since sellotape is a British product, I used a different brand name in some of the trick. So today I use sellotape. That's what we need this accent for. Now, what I do, this is the easiest way. Of course, you can use other ways you do that. I just take a little strip of that and push it together in that way. And now I don't want it to stick too good, so I'm going to push it somewhere or rub it on some clothing or whatever. Now, when you're done with that, I use my old one, since this is not too sticky. You can just put it on your thumb just like that. You need to do that before you perform the trick. Just hold this tape under your thumb and nobody will see it. And what you can do then is, when you've chosen your card, you can of course just pick it out and put the tape on top of the top card, and as soon as you push the selection card back on top, it's going to be sticked on the top card, and that's why it's vanished in the deck, because of course when you put it back in the middle just like that, it's going to be gone because it's sticked. What's that? I don't know. Well, anyways, it's sticked on the card you just taped it on. So this is the vanish effect. And now the second part of the trick. Originally, I give the audience the chance to choose one of the 2 decks, and that's of course very simple, because when they choose this deck, you just say, okay, we're going to select a card from that deck. And if they choose this deck, you'd say, okay, this is your deck, and we're going to select a card from my deck. And this gives the illusion that both decks are original or usual decks, because you can show the deck and nobody will realize the order of the deck. Now, the order is very important because we need it in this deck as well, and this deck is indeed a special deck, because here we have an invisible deck, as you might have guessed already. What the invisible deck does is you can spread it out and show cards, and you can let cards show face down. And it really works very simple, you just push them off, and as you can see, you have a face down card, and in this case I already know that this is going to be the 4 of diamonds, and I hope it is if it's still arranged, and it is the 4 of diamonds because it is arranged in exactly the same way. Every 2 cards add up to 13, and you need the color you need to have the colors arranged as well, which means that you get diamond on back of that, spades on back of that. Also, in this invisible deck, you have to know which side you can pull out, because it doesn't, of course, it doesn't work to get back to this 4 of diamonds. We'll pull out the deck like that, and you find the 4 of diamonds already faced up. This will mess up the trick. So you need to have every odd or every even card on one side. In this case, with all the even cards on that side, you will not find any odd cards on that side of the deck. In this case, red kings are even and black kings are odd. So as you can see over here, we get the 3, 5, 9, 7 and so on, all odd cards and all even cards on this side. Now every time you pull out the cards out of this packet, you already know what you're going to pull out. And this is something I saw on MizMag82's channel, and I really enjoyed this effect because nobody will realize that cards are missing or that it's arranged in any way. And this is also a nice trick you can perform as a little trick. You just say, well, just name a card before you pull out the cards out of the pack. Just name a card, and if somebody says, let's give an example of that. Let's say, name a card, and you say, well, 3 of spades. Well, that's fine. You just take the pack, open it, and say, well, the 3 of spades, and you now know that the 3 of spades is behind the 10 of hearts, and you can spread it out and say, well, I've got all faced up cards here, and only the card you named is face down, which is the 3 of spades. And this is really a great deck because it handles quite natural, and you can perform it as a little trick and just put the deck away and change it to a regular deck in your pocket, whatever you like. There are very many tricks you can perform with this invisible deck, and my trick was the vanished effect, and I hope you liked it. And whew, well, this is very not easy for me, but well, I'm practicing a bit. So if you like the trick or the tutorial, just make sure to subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'm able to load up some new tricks and some more tutorials. Just let me know what you want to see, and I hope I get some time to, well, it's hard to get back to my original accent. Well, anyways, let me know what you think about it, and please make sure to subscribe.